welcome back to GG's. For the girls, not the guys.
And the guys.
Some of the guys.
For all the guys. Even the shitty ones.
A little bit of the guys.
Even the bad ones. Especially the bad ones.
What is hot this week? Everybody's talking about it. Jake Paul, Tommy Fury fight. Who did you have?
I had Jake Paul, and I was like way too passionate about it. And I know you had Tommy Fury, so this is going to be a tough bit for me. But
how'd you know? Just from my Insta story?
I feel like we talked about it, okay. Not off the pod. I think I said something to you about it.
Okay.
But I was talking to. This is how committed I was to this fight. I was out on Saturday because the fight was yesterday, on Sunday, and we're out at a bar, and I'm like, running out of things to say to this girl, and so I'm like, "So you gonna watch a Jake Paul fight tomorrow? Really cool, Riz. Really cool, Riz. That's sick, Riz."
Well, of all the fights, that's the best one to bring up to a girl. Any other fight, I would have been like, "That's it, I'd walk away." But this is the one that like the girls knew about.
Exactly, and so I'm like, okay, so like, who do you got? And of course, every single girl that I've either seen on Instagram or I talked to is like, "Oh, I love Tommy Fury. I love him. I love his daughter and his wife and Love Island." I'm like, I don't give a shit. Who gives a shit about all that? I want to see Jake Paul go as far as he can, because now that he's lost, like, he's never going to get the chance to fight like Conor McGregor, and that would have been hilarious. It's not going to happen.
I just love Tommy's Tommy's baby mama, Molly May. She's just like idol of life. And
what is she also Love Island?
Yeah, so they met on Love Island. And so, have you ever watched Love Island? Love Island is basically like a Bachelor on steroids. We've talked about it.
We definitely have talked about it on the show before.
It starts with like 6 girls, 6 guys. They all get coupled up, whatever.
Yeah.
Then they bring in like bombshells to shake things up, and she was the first bombshell, which like in production history means like she's like the prettiest girl to come on the show. Like if you're the first bombshell, you're the best one that's coming on.
Okay.
And the audience voted that she goes on a date with Tommy. So she walked in there, and the first date she went on was with Tommy.
Okay.
And he was like mesmerized by her. And then they ended up sticking together, and they came out of it. They didn't even win. They got second place, but they're like the only couple from that season that's still together, and now they have a baby together, and it's just like everyone's favorite story.
Bambi.
Yeah.
Shut up, Tommy Fury, bitch.
Molly May went into it as like she was like an Instagrammer back when like people were like just Instagrammers.
Yeah.
And everybody thought that she was only with him, like, for the clout. So while the season was going on, like, so many people were shitting on her, saying, like, she's just doing it for the money. She's just, like, with him for the clout. And, like, the other girls on the show were saying that, too. And they've all broken up with their boyfriends, except for her and him.
So what do you think is worse? Because he's a real professional boxer. So being a professional boxer that then goes on Love Island, or being Disney Channel and YouTube and then starting to box? Because he was boxing and then went to Love Island and then went back to boxing, which I think might be weird. I think that's sus.
And also, when he was in Love Island, his professional trainer would come in every day and train him. And, like, nobody else, like, gets that. So he would get to act. He would.
I'm sure, but it was probably he didn't need to train during it. Like, he did it to look sick on the show.
They only showed it in, like, clips, though. It was never, like, shown off. It would just be, like, a quick clip. Like, they would be checking him out, like, while he was doing it. They never said anything about the trainer coming in.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what, Tommy? The dedication is cool, I guess.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know who reached out to who, but they reach out to celebrities a lot and ask them to come on. So I could see Love Island reaching out to him and asking him to come on, and him being like, I can only come on if my trainer can train me every day. And then they were like, sure. Because last season, they had this girl, Gemma, who her dad is like one of the best soccer players in the UK of all time. And like their family is so famous. And they begged her to come on, and she was only like 18. So I could see them doing that, like, for the numbers.
18's a little young, right?
Yeah.
Sus. How long ago was he on it?
4 summers ago, I think.
Oh, okay. So it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Okay. Well, then I guess it's fine.
I don't think one's necessarily worse than the other. I think if you asked me 3 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, that's kind of embarrassing of him. Because I feel like 3 years ago, I used to say this, like, if you were an athlete that did TikTok, you were a bench warmer. In the early days of TikTok, like any athlete that was up doing the dances, doing the trends, like in their uniform, they did not play. They weren't actually good.
Well, except for like Juju.
Yes.
Yes.
But like I mean like the college kids.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And like
Yeah.
like hockey players. Like
Yeah.
I would be like, oh, they're on like a D3 club team. But now like actual athletes do social media, so it doesn't surprise me as much because it's like super mainstream now that everybody just does social media.
Okay. Well,
I respect both of them for wanting the extra buck.
I mean, Jake Paul made $30 million off this fight.
How much did Tommy make?
I don't know. He said that he would double Tommy's purse, or like if Tommy won. So I don't know, but
that didn't happen because he said I win nothing if I lose, and that didn't happen because he still won 30 million. Like that contract, that wasn't.
no. I think it's the winnings. I don't. He must have got it from other places. Like I don't know if it's like the signing and all of that. I think it's. Well, no, that would make sense. I don't know. He must have made some sort of money off of like sponsorships.
That little like PR bit that he did that was like you get double and I get nothing. That's not true.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
didn't happen.
they probably didn't sign anything. Yeah, they just shook on it.
I don't know. It's a good way to make money. Clearly, it's gotten them a lot of attention. I feel like them being involved in the fighting world is like the first pieces of content that I've watched of theirs, honestly. And I know that's probably absurd.
Of like Logan and Jake.
Yeah, I was never a fan. I mean, clips of Impulsive. I've never watched a full episode. Like,
Yeah,
I was never a fan.
Same.
But I watched the who was the big fight that was like crazy.
Mayweather versus Logan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I watched Mayweather versus Logan, and then this one.
Wait, so you actually stopped and watched this one?
Yes. I had an illegal live stream going.
Yeah, good.
And then my illegal live stream went down. So I made Jake FaceTime me. And his was on his computer and he had his FaceTime on the computer
Good.
so I could watch it.
Good.
I did. I didn't watch any other ones. I was like, text me when this one's starting. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
It's really hard to watch. And I don't understand why anyone would want to just fight anyone else for a living. That is insane to me.
I think it's sick. I thought it was actually a good fight. They kept grappling.
Why'd they keep hugging?
What?
Why'd they keep hugging?
So it's like grappling, or like, it's where they basically, Jake kept doing it from my understanding, and I don't really know that much about boxing, but it's like a way to slow down the pace. And if you're in like a tough spot where you're underneath someone, you can like grab on, and then they're not able to hit each other, like, because they have to separate. So it sort of benefits one person, but then later on in the rounds, they're sort of doing it, and you can tell like they're not trying to break apart. They're using it to like get a breath. So like there's bits and pieces to why they were doing it. At the beginning, it was because Jake was getting fucked up. Like Jake struggled the first 2 rounds, and then he had like a couple of
Wait,
good.
that's weird because I felt like the announcers were making it seem like he was winning the first 2 rounds.
He did better the second round. Round 1 was like, it was pretty even, but like the actual jabs, it was just because Logan would come in with like one right hand hook that would like that was strong and would sort of, you could see would actually impact Tommy, but Tommy just like lit up Jake with jabs and stuff like that because he has longer arms, he has the length.
He's got that dad energy now.
I didn't realize, I went into it hating Tommy just because I was like, oh, I just want to see Jake like do something because it's fun to watch his fights. Like, I actually think that it's hilarious, the shit that he does leading up to it. And then after, Tommy was like, in an interview, he was like, for the last 2 years, year and a half, 2 years, like my whole life has been consumed. Like when I leave my house, it's like Jake Paul is gonna fuck you up, like all this stuff. He's like, and so for that sucks, and that's totally true. Like for the last 2 years, he's been attached to Jake's name. So for him to win is pretty insane. Like now he can kind of finally be like, all right, I'm over this. But they had the rematch clause. They're gonna come back and Jake's gonna fuck him up. Like, I mean, I really think Jake's gonna like kill him because now that he's able to see Tommy for real and be in the ring with him, like Jake just has such a good team. Like, I mean, all like his entire coaching staff and all of them.
Not Tommy just having the Furies as a team.
Yeah, but
Jake has such a good team.
No,
Tyson's just in his bedroom.
Yeah,
with him.
Tyson is great, but like if you go and look at the people that Jake has, like, I mean, they're like world renowned, like top trainers. That's why everyone's like, oh, he's been able to knock out like he knocked down Anderson Silva like last fight. That's insane. I know Anderson Silva's
I don't know who
older,
that is.
but the ability to like put the dude on his knees, like Jake
Also,
shouldn't be able to do that.
it makes it even more impressive. Tommy's 3 years younger than him. Even more impressive.
And I kind of think it should, like the split decision.
Do they get drug tested for this?
I don't know. Probably, yeah. I
Because
don't see why they won't.
Jake really looked like he was on cocaine walking through. He was like,
No, he's always like that.
I was like,
no,
he literally looks like he's walking out of.
he does that every fucking time though. He always looks like insane. It's just like he always goes way too over the top. Fucking Tommy's on roids, if anything. Bro's
This was like
fucking
it was
ginormous.
somebody I actually cared about, and I still was like mildly impressed. Like I don't like a fight's not gonna consume my interest again.
That's fair.
I gave it everything I had. I don't get the hype. I think the arena environment is really cool, and it's kind of like an NBA game pumped up even more. I feel like it'd be like fun to go to in like a party sense, but the fighting thing is just like, it's not something that has me on the edge of my seat, let me tell ya.
MMA looks insane. Like that I would like to go to because it's like they're just they're actually trying to kill each other, where boxing is like a little slow and the undercards aren't that fun.
How is that appealing?
Oh, it's so sick. I mean, they're literally punching each other in the face right in front of you.
Like that's like the last thing I want to see.
I think for guys, it's like they're doing what we're not allowed to do. And like they're getting paid to do it. Like we just can't go out and beat the shit out of each other. Like that's not acceptable.
That's how we get arrested.
Yeah, that's how we get
But they
fucking locked up.
It's legal.
So what would you rate the fight on like your experience of watching the fight out of 10?
Like the fight or my experience watching
Your
the fight?
experience watching the fight, because I don't need your analysis on the fight. You know nothing.
Well, 6 out of 10.
Oh, damn. That's low. I actually enjoyed it. I would give it like an 8. I thought it was good.
When you watch on the screen, sometimes you can't even tell if they get hit or not. And then 10 minutes later, they put it on slow-mo and you see their skin jiggle in 4K.
It was
But,
your
like, when
first.
it's live,
It was
sometimes
your
you
first
can't see
time. You like if you
It
watched.
wasn't my first time. I watched McGregor and the one that was like 8 years ago.
Mayweather and
4 years
McGregor.
ago. Yeah, I watched Mayweather and McGregor in a like a jumbotron in a frat house projector. I watched that one, and
I'm sure you really watched that
think
one
I watched-
attentively in the freaking frat house.
I did. I was bummed, but I really watched it.
Yeah, okay.
There were seats, and they were like, "Everyone sit down." They were
Okay.
really into it.
All right.
And then a little bit of Sugar Sean, and that is the extent of my fighting career. And I think I'm set. Like I did it. I experienced it. I'm ready to move on.
That's fair. You know what? I'll give it to you. That feels fair. I'm excited to see what Jake does next. It's obviously going to be Tommy again, which I don't like when they
I
do the
think
rematches.
Jake and Logan should fight.
Well, Logan's too big. Like his reach is too much. Like it's not. I mean, I think they will fight at some point, but like Logan is at the much greater advantage. He's fucking huge.
I would enjoy a Paul Brothers fight. That is one that I would
I
enjoy.
think they like said that they would. I think they decided and like told their mom that they would never do it. Like that was the deal going into this whole thing. I feel like I've heard that somewhere because it's like that's so fucked up. Like,
yeah, but if they just like stop causing commotion, they really need something to spice things up. I could see them doing it. Like they do anything for the clicks.
yeah, I mean, it would be insane.
We respect the hustle.
I do respect the hustle.
Enough about the boys. We got some girl fights this week. Ow, ow! The girls are fighting.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if the girls are fighting, but the girls' fans are fighting. Selena versus Haley. The brawl that never seems to end.
No, this has been going on for fucking 10 years.
I can't even remember when it started. It's been going on forever. And Haley Bieber goes on Call Her Daddy. Selena releases her documentary. Alex Cooper is like, just post an Instagram pic and everything will be fine. They post an Instagram pic together. Everyone's like, oh, it's solved. Then everyone's just like, what other tea can we dig up? And they just keep on digging. Keep on digging.
But what's the tea this time? What's like? I don't know why this is resurfacing.
It is resurfacing because Haley said that there was no overlap in when Justin was dating Selena and got back together with Haley. But you know how there was the Tarte Dubai trip?
Yes.
There's a clip of Kendall Jenner saying, like, this is my second or third time coming here. The first time was awful. People go back to when was the first time. It was New Year's Eve. Kendall goes to Dubai with the Hadids and Selena Gomez and a few others.
Yeah.
That New Year's Eve is like right when Selena and Justin broke up, and Haley and Justin spent that New Year's Eve together. So now people are saying that Haley's friends got Selena out of the country so that Haley could hang out with Justin and he wouldn't be thinking about Selena.
Such a stretch.
People are legit just making edits of things that Selena say, and then Haley saying the same thing after. Selena doing a cooking show. Haley doing a cooking show after. Like, all these little things. Selena, a clip of her saying, like, they don't know my heart. And then Haley saying, they don't know my heart on the late night show.
Wait,
it's just like...
But what?
But the other resurface
the
was
fuck?
Selena posted a TikTok basically saying her eyebrows got, like, too laminated. She got her eyebrows laminated and, like, they're too done. And then Haley...
What does that mean, laminated? Like, I'm thinking, like, she literally has, like, plastic over them.
It's like you go and they put this thing on your eyebrows that makes it so, like, when you wet them, the yawn, when you wet them, they can, like, stick and, like, they stick. You know how, like, sometimes they're really sticking up? Like, girls have the eyebrows that are, like...
No. But, yeah, keep going.
Yes, you do.
No
The
idea.
eyebrows that are legit sticking straight up. Well, that's what it means. And basically, she got it, like, too laminated. Like, they looked a little too much. And then, like, Haley posted something, like, that seemed like it was, like, making fun of it, which could have just been a coincidence.
Definitely was a coincidence. Why would she? God.
Now everyone's just, like, taking Selena's side. And they're like, Selena's been a victim of bullying for so long. And now, like, random LA influencers. Like, I saw this girl on live. I don't even know who she was. Is basically saying that, like, Haley and the Kardashians are, like, so mean and bad people, but they just have too much power in Hollywood that anyone's too scared to say anything. And then Kylie was the most followed person on Instagram. First it was Selena, then it was Kylie, and now everyone's, like, making a rush to get Selena to be the most followed person on Instagram again. And now she is.
What? So let me just start from the beginning here. First off, to think that Kendall said, oh, last time that I was in Dubai was not great, and now they've jumped to maybe such an insane conclusion. Also, I love Justin Bieber. I would, if I could switch lives
Same.
with anybody, it'd be Justin Bieber. I don't care. He's got the
I get
baddest
it.
chick in the game. But hear me out. What the fuck is Justin Bieber doing? He could end this in 1 second by just going out and saying, like, hey, like, let's stop this. Like, there was no overlap. Like, I hope Selena, has a good life. But, like, drop it.
I just don't think he even wants to, like, give it attention.
Well, he's not.
'Cause
He
for the
shouldn't.
longest
He
time,
shouldn't. But
none of them said anything. But then Selena's documentary was coming out, and Haley went on Call Her Daddy, like, at the same time to kind of, like, tell her side of the story so that, like, no matter what was in the documentary, she didn't, like, look like she did
she
everything
was on
wrong. 'Cause
records.
when you only get one person's side of a fight, you're going to think the other person's in the wrong. It's just a fact.
yeah.
So she wanted her story out there, and now people are gonna keep bringing it up until, like, someone comes up with the whole truth, which is just never going to happen because both of them don't want to say anything.
Also, why do people care so much? They didn't Justin Bieber and Selena stop dating when they were like 22?
Him and Haley dated for, like, some time, and then him and Selena dated for, like, 4 years, and then 2 months later he was engaged
Yeah,
to
but
Haley.
guess what happened when Justin and Haley broke up for the first time? She was hooking up with Drake. Isn't that sick? And for anybody who's a real believer, the Hotline Bling remix that Justin Bieber did is about Haley hanging out with Drake. I don't know if you ever heard that. It's so good.
Are you serious?
Have you heard Justin Bieber's Hotline Bling?
Yes.
Yeah, it's incredible.
That was a... Whoa. So do they have beef? The Kings
No,
of
I think
Canada?
they dropped it because, like, you remember Justin Bieber did Popstar? He did the video
Yes.
for,
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was... Okay, so they dropped it. Why can't the girls drop it?
and that's
It's
the
the
age-old
same thing.
story here, everyone. Why can't the girls drop the beef, but the guys can? Answer
Yep.
that question in our DMs at GG Show.
We should just start doing professional boxing fights, and it's just Haley and Selena should just bash it out one last time,
Nah.
shake hands, and then
I don't
be
want
best
anybody
friends.
putting their hands on Haley Bieber except for me and Justin Bieber. When they first started dating, I didn't think that Haley was like anything special, and I've come to be like she is.
No, she's the it
In
girl.
his
She has
his
it.
words, she's the baddest chick in the game. Like, She is. She's the baddest chick in the game. Me and my friends outside of one of their apartment, there's this billboard of Hailey Bieber, and we all stop every single time. We're like, oh my God. And then Kendall's
blow
right
her a
around the
kiss.
corner. Kendall's right around the corner. We're like, Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
God.
It's like I have to go to the bathroom.
You got it made.
Yeah.
This brings up a really good point. Once people are married, drop it. You gotta drop it. You gotta get over him. You can't be messaging, can't be snapping, can't be posting shade. Like, once they're married, it's end game. Move on.
Yeah, that feels fair.
If they were dating, it's different. And this applies to everybody out there. Like, once somebody is married, you gotta move on. You can't be sulking about your ex when they're married to someone else. Like, you gotta progress. It's over.
No, but
They're gonna
that
die
is sad
together.
though. You know, like think about it. You're
It's
like
not
really,
sad.
you like
I
love
think
your
it
ex,
is
and then she's
absolutely crazy psycho for you to be obsessed with somebody who is now married. Like,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen. If your ex or someone you like is married, like it's not. Don't touch it. Move on. You can't be sad that they showed up to the same bar as you. Like, they are going to die together.
I like the compilations of
Give up.
Justin Bieber and Hailey, where like it seems like everyone's like, oh, Justin's screaming at her.
They're fighting. They're fighting.
No, but it's like
He slammed
obvious
the
that he's
door on
fucking
her.
around. It's like obvious that he's joking, and everyone's getting
Yeah.
so mad about it. It's like let Justin live.
The hard thing for them is one time I heard someone's publicist said, I tell my client to not post anything or say anything when the rumors are true and when the rumors are not true. Because if every single time the rumors aren't true, you address it, then everyone's going to know that when the rumors are true, you don't address it and you don't correct it. So, like, you just can't say anything or else it's going to be so obvious what the real stories
So when
are.
people are saying like, oh, like Oz, like, are you sleeping with Hailey Bieber? Like, I can't answer that
Exactly. And you'll save yourself in the future.
because I can't answer it because it's true. and so if I do that, then I have to, I'm only going to answer when things are true. All right, wait, quickly.
I plead the fifth.
I would just like to make it clear, if you're listening to this show or you follow us on anything, I better not see you freaking commenting shit about Hailey or Selena. Just drop it. Let's just be the community of people where we don't get involved. It's not that hard. If I see it, I'm gonna come after you in the comments, and so is Kat.
I am.
Yeah, thanks for
'Cause
fucking
I
chiming
care
in. Yeah,
deeply.
united front there.
Well, I was thinking about. I don't know. I got lost in thought. Sorry.
Next.
I was thinking about what was next. Outer Banks.
Oh my! So,
The OBX.
do you watch OBX?
The Outer Banks. Yes. No spoilers. We're not gonna say any spoilers.
Haven't seen a single
No spoilers
episode.
here.
Can spoil shit to you.
Oh, really?
You want to know why I don't watch it? Because I watched the first 3 minutes. Oh no, I watched the first like 30 minutes. Oh, it's
With an
John
X.
B. Oh, it's John B. It's John B. It's John B. Waiting for the other John to walk into the show. There's no other John.
I know.
Motherfucker,
I
his
know,
John.
I agree. There's no other John. Why do we have to differentiate? If there was another John, I would get it. There's a JJ. If you say JJ and you say John, everyone knows who you're talking about.
Also, why don't you just call him
And
Jack?
Let me get to the worst part. Skip ahead 15 seconds if you don't want to spoil it. It's not a big spoiler, but skip ahead 15. Actually, this was in season 2, so everybody knows.
No, I don't
skip
know.
ahead
Oh,
15
well,
seconds.
whatever. Just tell me.
His dad calls him John B. Nobody's dad would ever call their son John B. Everybody's dad calls their son by like a nickname or their full name. Like if your name's Mike, your dad calls you Michael. He doesn't call you Michael B. That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Michael B. Jordan. Sorry, keep going.
Michael B. Jordan's dad is not calling him Michael B. That's just a fact.
But he's also not calling him Michael Jordan.
He's calling him Michael.
No, that's a specific case. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Because there's no other Michaels in the picture. And oh, is his dad
I know,
Michael?
but right.
He's
But do you
Big
understand?
Mike.
Like, I literally couldn't watch the show because of that. Like,
No, I can't stand it. And now Kiara is calling JJ Jage, and I'm like, barf.
don't know Kiara
Barf. It's the
Jage.
equivalent of like girls calling their boyfriend baby in front of everybody else. It's like, oh no.
I miss lockdown when everyone was watching it because everyone was making those stupid videos on TikTok of like their hometown being like Outer Banks, Paradise on Earth.
Paradise on Earth.
Like I want to take this.
Just
I want to take this.
romanticizing it.
I want to take this fork
Making like the
that's next to me.
yellow filter so heavy on the
Yeah,
like
it's
all
like-
like yellow and orange.
It's like we get it. You live 30 minutes from the beach and brought a drone. Like you're not fucking in Outer Banks. Like, oh, you went out on the boats and drank beers for 20 minutes. Like, we get it. It's your uncle's boat.
You're not John B.
I can see your mom in the back of the boat.
You might be John, but you haven't earned the B.
Yeah, really. I mean, I can't. So for me, I want to watch the show because everyone who watched it says it's so good, and I would be a sucker for it. But
You would.
I don't know.
You would be a simp for it.
I would.
But I get it. Sometimes when you're so far behind, it's like you don't even want to start.
Well, the thing is though, like I kind of need a show right now. I'm watching Modern Family as like a passive show.
I really don't understand how there can be a season 4. I also am dying that like the newest girl in the cast at their like Poglandia was the one doing the most.
Yeah,
and I'm like, you've
yes.
barely been here.
What is
like,
her
you were
name?
just
It's like
born.
Sean something.
Oh, I don't know. I'm so.
But you remember
bad with
John was
names,
trying.
and you
John
nev-
B was trying to announce that they got a season 4, and she was like,
Yeah.
she's like, shut up, be quiet.
Shut up. Be quiet.
I was like, holy
Be
shit,
quiet.
she really wants
Be
him to shut
quiet.
up.
I'm like, you're the newest kid on the block. We want Queen Madeline to speak.
She is so fine. Like, and I didn't think that she was that pretty for like a while, and then I was just like
Really?
recently. Oh. Do you think that it's like a top 5 show off of Netflix of all time? Like, I think Stranger Things is number 1 probably. Like Stranger Things does the best
maybe.
numbers. Like it was
Maybe like 5.
I'm trying to think of other shows.
It might
off
be
of
5
Netflix.
out of 5.
Like,
I'm very curious if it would have blown up the way that it did if COVID didn't happen.
I don't think it would have. I think it probably
Because like Tiger King would not have blown up if COVID wasn't a thing.
yeah, but that show was so good.
It was, but nobody would have sat down and searched through their itinerary, Netflix and chilling, and be like Tiger King, and kept that on. Like it would have been one of those weird shows that you're like, what the hell is happening?
You know what kind of freaks me out? And like this is a little bit of a sidebar, but I actually think it's pretty relatable. Why are people romanticizing our lockdown? Like everybody was fucking miserable, and then now on TikTok,
Oh, everybody's like, oh, I started this business during lockdown and now I'm a millionaire. I was like, I was depressed eating homemade freezing churros every single day. What do you mean you started a multi-million-dollar business? I gained 102,000 pounds and just crying and sleeping in lockdown. And that's what you did? You discovered nitrogen during lockdown? Wow.
discovered nitrogen.
Well, I was doing it wrong.
I just don't understand when I'm seeing on TikTok like it'll be the freaking Don Toliver song where it's fuck, what was the song that was big during COVID?
Renegade.
No, it's not even that. Or you remember the I know I fucked up, I'm just a loser.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that song's playing.
The Backyard Boy. Oh, no, that was a different one.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Guess I'm a critter. You're out there.
But
taking-
either way, like these songs are playing in the background, and then it's like, can't believe that it's been 2 years or 2 years since 3 years since lockdown. Like, and then it's like, you remember when we could play video games all the time and class was online? It's like you could still play video games, you know, a pretty good amount. Your classes are mostly still online.
University of Phoenix is always offering that online degree.
But also like, a lot of classes are hybrid now, and like you can go and hang out with your friends. People, I don't know why. Everyone was bitching like a motherfucker, and I don't mean to get angry, but it's like everyone was so miserable
Get angry.
during lockdown, and now we're on TikTok like quarantine core. Like, God, I miss the days when I could just lay in bed all day. It was like when you were laying in bed all day, you were miserable and wouldn't stop posting like this is so bad for my mental health, like all this shit. It's like, yeah, it wasn't good for anybody. Why are we making this out to be like we miss lockdown? Don't do that. We're asking for another pandemic.
To be fair, I wouldn't mind it if 2 weeks a year we weren't allowed to do nothing. I wouldn't mind it. I'm just saying, 2 weeks a year.
Yeah, but
no work.
Yeah, but you understand,
no-
Kat. The issue here is that it wasn't 2 weeks.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
I know.
What if, as a way to, we have all these days of remembrance and holidays. What if we remembered COVID
No.
and just did a 2 week?
Because you
2 week
remembered
of nothing. 2 week of nothing. Adults don't get summer, okay? Why are you fighting it? It's our summer. If we just did a 2 week lockdown and we weren't allowed to do anything we didn't want to do.
Yeah, but do you
I think
understand that would be in
nice.
March? Like it would make logical sense for it to be in March.
That's fine.
I don't want us to ever look back on COVID and be like, man, that was so great. Like you're
No,
fucking lying to yourself.
For like a week of not having to do any work, it was fab.
Yeah,
for
but-
a week of like, oh, I can't go to the gym. I really want to go to the gym, but I can't go to the gym. Fab.
Like me and my friends used to get on Zoom and
Yes.
would
Drink.
just get hammered. Like
Yeah.
and the worst part was
It would legit be like, we're doing happy hour because nothing around us is happy.
that's the thing, like me and my friends would get like we'd be like, yo bro, like make sure you do a shower beer before the Zoom. And then we get on the Zoom, we would laugh really hard, like it'd be hilarious. Like we were all playing Minecraft again. We were sixth graders, hammered on Minecraft. And then the worst part was you would turn off the Zoom and you'd be like, well, now I'm absolutely blackout drunk. And I am sitting in my parents' house.
Okay, but Oz, hypothetically, imagine just 1 week a year we did that.
Yeah, it would
Like,
be gas. Bring it back.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking about playing Minecraft with
Alright,
my
we got him
boys.
on board. The COVID days.
COVID days, baby. But no, I mean, again, I just want to make it clear to people that if I see you romanticizing the pandemic, just piss off. And that's a little
off.
Tommy Fury in me. Piss off, mate.
You know what I did today? Opposite of pandemic, I was in a juiced mailroom today. And you know what pisses me off?
What's a juice mailroom?
Packed. A packed mailroom. That's a good play on words. I was in a packed mailroom
But you
today.
can't. Juiced does not mean that like packed.
Yes, it does.
I've
The
never
place was
heard.
juice. Oh, we say it up here in these parts of Boston.
Okay,
was
that's
juice.
wicked cool, mate.
Like the club was juice last night. It was gas.
I went to school
Any
in Boston for 3 years. I never heard juiced once. 3 years.
You must have not had fun. You weren't anywhere that was juiced. But I was in this mailroom or post office, whatever. I hate how the generations above us are like, this generation doesn't want to work. You guys don't know how to work. You're so lazy. This is a line of like 20 people. I get in there and I see a self-help station where you just do it yourself. So I scurry out of line. Never done this before in my life. I barely know how to send mail.
Issue.
I figure
Bad
it
move.
out.
Bad-
I
oh.
troubleshoot. I type it all in. You know, I get 3 error messages. Type it in a 4th time. It worked. I was in and out of there. One person had gone up in line. And all these people, I assume they were older than me. They all looked older than me, but I want to assume they looked older than me. Oh, this generation doesn't want to work. You guys were the lazy ones in line, not trying out the do-it-yourself booth. I did it myself.
There's no way.
For no pay.
There's no way that
For no pay.
There's no way that you're gonna use your example of being able to use a self-help post office machine to ship a box as a way to
I
then
am.
tell older generations that we don't work hard. I think our generation works hard. I think that it's.
We do, and you know what we do? We problem solve.
I don't know if that's
and that's
really-
what I did.
Oh, okay. I mean, they were like coal mining 100 years ago, and you're like putting a box in the post office and then heading home to do a podcast and making money through social media. Like, oh, our lives
But you know
are
what?
so hard.
Time is money. Time is money, Oz, and I wasted no money in there. Well, actually, I spent $50
Yeah,
to
what
ship
the
it
fuck are you
overnight,
talking?
but-
Okay.
Anyways, in more exciting news, what else is hot? Boob jobs and dad bods. What a change of pace.
Yeah, really. Okay, elaborate on this one.
Bunch of girls are getting boob jobs. I think it's the Alex Earl effect, of course, because everything is. Boob jobs are very much in.
Okay.
Everyone's getting them, whether it's a reduction, whether you're blowing them up. And dad bods. And it's like the girls are getting hotter and the boys are getting notter.
Is that true?
Yes.
Who's getting like a dad bod these? Like, I mean,
They're just in. They come more and more in every year.
no, but
Girls
it's
are
also
like,
the
"Oh, I like
wintertime
dad bods."
effect. Like, guys are right now. They're at their like. If guys in the gym, they're
You're
bulking.
preparing for hibernation.
No, well, they're at the end of their bulk, and now they're about to start cutting.
Oh,
That's what I'm doing.
that's what we call it.
Kidding.
10 cheeseburgers on Saturday night. We're bulking.
No, I just think I mean, I'm definitely not going to speak on the boob job thing because I don't get it. I don't know anything about it.
I'm surprised. You haven't looked into getting one?
No, I could probably use it though. My pecs are kind of small.
I thought you would by now.
I've been trying to do 100 push-ups every day, just like when I wake up, and I just get on the I'll get up out of bed and get on the ground, and I'm just like, fucking hate my life. I fucking hate my life. I fucking hate my life.
I think I can do 5 push-ups. Like, I think I can really do 5.
It seems like with all of these boob job things, and again, I don't know anything about it, but it seems like the girls are getting them for themselves, which is a nice, like,
Yes.
that's nice. Like, I will give them a nice clap for that. It's not like, oh, I want it because I like want
The
to look.
titties are for the girls. Woo-hoo!
It's I don't know who the fuck I saw, some influencer, some girl, I think like got one and was like doing all these videos like about, you know, the process of it, and I was like, oh, boobs, I'll watch it. And so
Twist my arm.
and so I watch it, and you can just tell like once she gets the boob job, she's like she feels way better about herself. She's confident. I'm not saying that like every girl, like girls don't need to do that, but like if it's gonna make the difference at the end of the day about how you feel about yourself, then I'm all for it. I don't, as a guy, I don't care at all. Like I don't like. I think there's like, I think a lot of guys will disagree. I also think a lot of guys will agree, but like the fixation on like huge boobs is not as big of a thing as I think like TV and stuff makes it out to be. Like,
really, size doesn't matter.
I don't know if, I'm not gonna say it's a bad thing if like, if you look nice there, but I don't like, but I'm saying like, I don't think I've never like looked at a girl and like disqualified her out of my mind because she like didn't have like a nice rack. Like, what the fuck?
We are all inclusive for cup sizes on GG's.
Bring it on, baby. I don't know. But for dad bods,
I wonder if dad bods just feel like they're more in because we're getting older and we're getting to the age where like all the guys stop playing sports, so they're just losing their physique. And it seems like they're trending, but it might just be like the young 20s is when everyone starts to like go into their adult bod.
So like for me as a guy, like 6 months ago, I was in the best shape of my life. Like I was doing I was training for a triathlon, whatever. I was like, whatever. You start working 8-9 hours a day and you get done with work and you're like, the last thing I want to fucking do right now is go to the gym. Like it's like, and I just, I make myself go, but I used to go 6-7 days a week. I was like a big, like, oh, no days off fucking bitch. And like at some point in my life, I want to get back to that, like in the next 6 months. Like I want to do like once a year, I really try to get into really good shape, but now I'm at like 4 or 5 days a week. And I'm okay with it. It's like I'm not like moving backwards. Like I'm definitely not in as good of shape. But like you get to a job and you're working 9 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours.
It's so hard.
And it sucks. And then on the weekends you're like, all I want to do is go out and party and drink and like indulge and just like feel good because the whole week was such a grind. So I think for the girls right now, like if you're like, oh my God, all the guys are getting like fat, or oh my God, all the guys are getting, like dad bods. Just give us fucking 6 months, all right? Give us 6 months because we're all experiencing a young adulthood for the first time. And I think like then you look at me who is like, I don't know, you look at a 22-year-old and then go look at a 26-year-old. Like the 26-year-old's living habits are much more healthy. Like everybody,
that's so true.
Everybody just is going through this phase. And I mean, it's kind of like the freshman 15 again. It's because it's like the lifestyle changes. And so now you're not able to exercise as much.
And also your body just changes.
What?
Your body just changes. Like,
well, yeah.
I eat so much healthier than when I ate when I was like 15 and I was still way skinnier then.
No, yeah, but it's because you hadn't hit puberty really.
No, I did. All right, well then 18.
Yeah,
like still, I know freshman year of college, you're untouchable. And then it's like you have like the second wave of just like, oh, you actually have to like work to look like that.
My friends and I all got like so fat sophomore year of college.
Oh, same. Me and my sister did. We called me Fat Cat. It was Fat Cat phase. And if you compare like my two like student IDs from freshman year to senior year, it's insane. Like I lose 3 chins.
Yeah. So for me, it's like I just don't want to ever get back to that. But how about this? No matter what, this will be my last say on it. Just do you for right now. If going to the gym every day is your thing, that's fine. If you're tired from work, or you're not in the mood, that's okay too. If you're like me, you find a middle, whatever, find the middle. But let's just go easy on each other for the next 6 months.
Yeah. I said dad bods are in and everyone's liking the dad bods. No shame on it.
No, people are liking them, but I'm just saying, like, I know the guys.
Boobs and dad bods.
I know, but I think a lot of guys are probably like, fuck, I'm slipping. I feel like that's like the general feeling right now. So just
I feel like
hold true.
When they just need, like, if you need to get in the gym, just go out this weekend, find somebody that you really like, get your heart broken, and you will be in the best shape of your life in a month.
That's actually facts.
There's nothing better than a heartbreak workout. You are sending it to the moon.
I definitely didn't get broken up with like a month before I started training for that triathlon.
I literally called Jake. I'm like, hey, I know our 4-year anniversary is coming up, but so is summer. So can you just like, I can be skinny again? Speaking of the girls, I got my new birth control today.
Oh God.
I picked up my new birth control.
I'm gonna shut my mouth for the rest of this bit because I know nothing about any of this.
Have you ever seen one of these, Oz?
What is it? Is that like toilet paper?
So this is what comes.
Well, I can't.
This is what comes
For the
with, like-
viewers and listeners, I can't. Kat is on my phone across the room because we FaceTime each other. Are those the steps?
These are side effects of birth control.
Okay, wait. But what kind of birth control is that? Is it the eating one, or is it like it's inside you, or is it the patch?
It's the pill.
Okay, is it which one? I don't know any of them, but
Nortel. I take it every day.
okay.
Every day. Just some of the side effects.
Mm-hmm.
Some. Risk of developing blood clots,
There we go.
heart attacks and strokes, gallbladder disease, liver tumors, risk of cancer, vaginal bleeding, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, muscle cramps, change in appetite, headache, nauseousness, nervousness, depression, dizziness, loss of scalp hair, rash, vaginal infections, pancreatitis, skin sensitivity to sun or ultraviolet rays, and allergic reactions.
I hate the word vaginal. Sorry. It's just vaginal. The second that they make men's birth control, it's over. Because every
it's
single
over. You
guy's
guys
gonna
are
take
fucked.
it. Every single guy's gonna take it.
Yeah, but I wish that they had one right now just so all the guys experience the mental fuckery that girls go through every single day. Like boys are like, why are girls so moody? That's why.
Oh wait, does it really fuck you up that much?
So bad. Every single girl that's on birth control has mood swings. Like they have big temperament issues. Like it makes us sad. Makes like everybody that's on it. And all the girls that get off of it are like, I've never felt better mentally.
I don't really know that much about all of that because I only ever had brothers, so it wasn't like it was in my house ever.
It literally changes you as a human being.
And what are the things that they put inside? What are those iron things? Or like what are they called? UTIs?
Urinary tract infection.
That can't be right. I don't know, but in 6th grade, or 7th grade science, they told us about it, and they're like, they put this brass thing in their arm, and we were like, so all we have to do is shove a quarter in a girl's arm, or a penny in a girl's arm, and they'll never be able to have babies. We were idiots. They made us watch a birth in 7th grade, and me and my friend sat in the back of the room, and it was like a graphic birth, and when it was happening, like I started gagging, and then my friend next to me started gagging. And I was like, ugh. And he was just like, then he heard, he was like, oh God. And then I cover my eyes, and my teacher's like, you have to watch, like, you should watch it, really. So I look up and I'm like, oh my God. I start gagging again, and my friend starts gagging again. And it like goes back and forth for probably like 20 seconds. And then my teacher's like, all right, just close your eyes. Like, for God's sake.
We don't need you to
She
throw
started
up.
shitting. Sorry. She did. It was disgusting.
You're canceled. You're canceled.
Why is that? Am I going to get canceled for that?
No. I'm just saying. You're
Birth is
canceled.
beautiful, but as a 7th grader, I was not ready for it. And my school was like, yeah, let's show them. And I remember like you're counting down the days.
Yeah, but it probably scared you out of being an idiot.
No, they didn't show it for that reason, but it worked like that, yeah. And I was like, I can't. I won't be there if I get a girl pregnant because that.
You're like, I won't kiss a girl for 10 years, and then you didn't.
That's true. Still haven't kissed a girl. I don't know. I can't really. Again, I don't have much to say on this because I don't get anything about girls. I just know that you have eggs. Right? That's right. Yeah, that's
Why you
right.
gotta-
Yeah.
Why you gotta say it like
Oh,
that?
thank God. I was like, I thought you were laughing because it was like, we don't have eggs. I was like, I'm like 99% sure girls have eggs.
Oh my God. Okay, we're moving on.
Girls
We're
have half
moving on.
dairy between eggs and milk. Sorry, you probably. No, you could leave that in.
So I'm basically a cow.
Oh, that's
I'm
not what I
basically
was
a cow.
saying. Don't do that.
No, I'm a cow and a chicken. I'm a chicow.
Is that what they call girls chicks? Because they have eggs? That's a deep cut. I think I'm getting out of the Matrix. I think we're getting out of the Matrix right now.
We're moving on. He said, she said.
No, wait, no. Well, I just want to say there's no further guys this week because we talked about Jake Paul, and also I don't think after that whole bit, I don't think I deserve a further guys. So
Yeah, I think we're just gonna moving on to he said, she said.
yes.
Questions you guys submit to us on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram to submit a question, a comment, a concern, a story.
And we answer
Number one.
poorly.
Yeah. Talking to this girl for a week, and she tells me she hooked up with her ex. What do I do?
Wait. Start over.
Are you serious? That was too complicated for you to understand?
I don't think I heard it correctly.
I've been talking to this girl for a week, and she tells me she hooked up with her ex. What do I do?
Hooking up for a week, just get out of there. You can't. I've actually. I would say, and it's a big thing with me with girls, especially like when I first start hanging out with a girl. If she's wrapped up on an ex, you can't even be mad about it. You have to realize that you will never beat history, especially if you're the new guy. Like unless you have some crazy connection, you're never like. Maybe if you guys were a couple months down the line, or like a month in, or month and a half, maybe, because she might be like, okay, I got to give this a shot. But 1 week in, she's not that connected to you, and her ex has, more time than you. You can't beat history.
It's crazy. It doesn't even matter if the time was like the majority of the time was bad. In our heads, like time is like love. It doesn't even matter if it was bad, which makes no sense. But it's like if you've been in a horrible relationship for 6 months, like you're extra attached to somebody rather than like one good date with somebody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, but also the history that comes with it is it's just deeper. Like you can't
compete with that.
Yeah, you can't compete with history. You just can't. Sorry, but
I agree.
hey, buddy,
Also,
you're out of there.
You've been talking to her for a week. What you do is you don't answer, and then 1 week from now, you would have been talking to a new girl for a week.
Wait, but
You're
also
already
kind
beating
of
her.
gas that she told him, because that means she's probably like into him. So maybe he keeps going, because like why would you she could have just not told him, but she told him. So she's either way too honest,
Or
she
he
like,
found out.
hey, just get out of there. Just get out of there.
Get out.
Yeah.
8 days from now, you would have been talking to a new girl for longer than her. You'll be fine. Keep going.
Sorry to hear
Keep
though,
trotting
King.
along.
I sorry to hear though, King. It's never easy.
Throw that rod in the water and fish a new one out.
Next.
Next. How to get over your boyfriend who broke up with you over the blue. Ooh.
Over the blue?
I'm sorry. Out of the blue.
He broke up with you over the blue.
Let me read it. How to get over your boyfriend who broke up with you out of the blue.
Over the blue.
Can you not do this?
I know, you're going to have to clip all this shit out.
No, I'm leaving it in.
Yeah, you should leave it in. It's a good for our dynamic. How do you break up with, or how do you get over?
We got like one more try in us. How to get over your boyfriend who just broke up with you out of the blue.
My whole thing is, and it's really hard when
I
you're
thought you were gonna say it again. I was about to kill you.
over the blue.
I thought you were doing Sismet. Over the blue. All right.
I would say that it's hard to rationalize it in the moment. I'm sure I wouldn't be able to. But when you really break it down with getting broken up with, why would you want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with you? Like that's it at its core. Like when you have a friend who doesn't like you or doesn't want to be around you, we're almost
not friends
always
with
fine
them.
with being like, okay, yeah, I don't fuck with that person anymore.
Don't
Like,
need to be friends with them.
yeah, like, so I get it. There's emotional attachment. their experiences, it's hard. I'm not saying that it's easy to rationalize it, but if you can continue to remind yourself, like, this person literally doesn't want to be with me, and yeah, that hurts to hear and have to understand, whatever, but that's the core of it. So why would you want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with you? Like, you're selling yourself short.
And also look at it as a blessing that no matter how time's gone by, more time could have been wasted. Like, be thankful that it happened now instead of 4 years from now, instead of after you get married.
I kind of agree. I think about it. I also kind of believe in a soulmate, weirdly enough. Like, I believe that there's one person.
That shocks me.
Really? What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Yeah, because you don't believe in the honeymoon phase and...
Yeah, but I believe that there's one... Like, I don't think that there's one person. I think that there's a general, like there's... If you're with a person and then that ends, like, I think that happened for a reason.
100%.
But I do think that there's a handful of people out there that you're really supposed to spend your life with.
Yeah.
And I don't think that you meet one. I don't think you meet two at the same time.
No.
Like, if you meet one of those people that you're like soulmates with, you're enthralled. Like, that's it. Like, even if another soulmate came in,
and
like,
it would
they
be
wouldn't.
mutual.
Yeah.
If it's just you, that's not your soulmate. Like, it's your souls are together. It's mutual.
Yeah.
So if maybe you felt like that, if they didn't, you can't feel like that anymore. Like, you need to convince yourself it wasn't that. Also, there were probably some warning signs of it coming out of the blue.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah.
But if not, I also think if there are absolutely no warning signs, like, if after the relationship you can't take a step back and be like, there were no warning signs, he wasn't like starting to get short with me, he wasn't taking me on dates anymore, he wasn't trying to hang out with me anymore, then I'm gonna just go ahead and say he probably cheated on you.
No, I knew you were gonna say that. Don't say that. That's the last thing this girl wants to hear.
It's so true.
That's the last thing this girl wants to hear.
Probably. I'm saying if there were no
you shouldn't just assume
signs beforehand, there's a good chance he cheated on you.
There's not a good chance. That's not true.
Or is about to cheat on. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No, it's
if
not.
You actually love your girlfriend. If you actually love your girlfriend, like, he's thinking about cheating on her. He's probably texting someone else. Like, another girl is probably telling him, like, break up with her.
You're giving this girl a panic attack.
So that he can move on. I'm just being honest.
Don't worry about that, sweetheart. Why don't you just focus on yourself here?
Also, it'd be way easier to get over him if you did cheat.
Let's just take this time to better ourselves. That's my advice. He didn't cheat on. Don't just assume that. I don't like girls do that. Girls do that.
Most of the time when boys dump their girlfriends out of nowhere, he hooks up with a girl that night, the next day, the next weekend, or already did. Like, you don't end a relationship out of the blue.
Girls cheat on guys way more than guys cheat on girls.
Prove it. Show me the stat.
I just believe that. Girls are so much more heartless than guys.
I believe you're wrong.
Whatever. Michael B. Jordan got cheated on. What the fuck is that about? Like, these
John
girls.
B.
Her loss.
Michael B.
I don't like that girls are trying to take Drake's album and be like, his loss. No. It's called Her Loss. You don't get to identify with that. It's his album, Her Loss. You hear that? You hear that, all the women that don't like me?
You're not helping this girl any less than I'm helping her. You're doing worse than me.
I don't care. I just need to get that off my chest. It's her loss.
Okay.
Stop switching it to his.
Well, this is his loss because he broke up with you. And she's a fan, and we love you. And you're going to be fine.
Yeah, but he's not cheating on you, so get over that. Is the music playing? I'm just kidding. I like the music at the end of our show. If people listen to the end of the show and they hear this, can you comment, like, when you rate the show on Spotify or Apple, give it 5 stars, obviously, or, like, follow us on Instagram or TikTok or any of that stuff? Tell us if you like the music at the end.
Yep.
Because that's all I give a shit about.
It. Okay, thank you guys so much for listening. We love you so much. Please write us a review, rate us, DM us, follow us, share us, send us to your friends. Send us to your friends who need to get over their exes. We love you. See you next week.
Goodbye, everyone. Bye.